Okay, so now we're in the one of the garages, and you can see the extent of the damage to the paintwork. It's pretty horrendous. I've done that bit. Well, I've tested that bit, and you can see it's inconsistent. You've got blackboard style paint there. You've got the results of a bit of test polish in there. Then it goes back to how it looks all the way along the side of the car. It's grim. It's going to take an awful lot of work to get this up. It's going to take, well, I'm tempted to say it's going to take all through the night. The basic plan is to do the entire car with T-cut. I've got an old 1980s polisher, rotary polisher, which I don't know. I mean, it might bring some results up, but I'll try that first. Can't really see down this side. But we'll give it a try. So what I'll do, this is kind of a before shot, sweeping along the top of the car here. Clearly been sat in the sun for a long time. There's some repairs to be done there. It's gone right down to the bare metal, sweeping down the pillar there, and then the bonnet, which is, well, it's a respray job, let's be honest, but I might get that looking half presentable before the respray. You know, and things like doing the wiper blades, painting the wiper arms is going to improve things. So it's little things like that, really. You know, also doing all these rubbers, getting them replaced. We'll just improve it overall. So I'm actually really excited to see what it looks like at the end. And then the other thing I'm going to be doing is getting the plastic back up to what it should look like, which I guess is black as opposed to bleached grey. And I actually really enjoy getting that back because I think the results on them is normally pretty good. And I'll show you the product I use. It's a product I was sent, and I've used it on the Zara, and it does work wonders. It's not the easiest thing to apply, but the results are really good. So I'll be showing you that as well. So yeah, that's the introduction to the bodywork. Okay, so it's coming up to 11 o'clock on a Friday night. There's a gin and tonic on the go. Kids are in bed, and the first panel has got its first layer, or actually, in fairness, the second layer of T-cut on. It's I don't claim to be even a half decent detailer, but I've got years of experience of applying T-cut to old cars, and it's hard work, but it's immensely satisfying. So we're going to get this off and just see what it looks like after the first buff. So first pass and mixed results. There's what looks like it's like a bird bloom. I'm out of breath, it's hard work. Not too great at the top. Can't really work out why there's a bit of a bloom there, but as you go down, it definitely gets better. Further down the panel you go. Down here it's looking almost good. You can certainly see a difference between the boot lid and the pillar. And you can see the difference between the door. I mean that's just 2 goes of T-cut. So I'll give it a 5 out of 10. But I'm reluctant to do too much more T-cutting because we don't know how much paint is left to T-cut. But yeah, I mean, it's downside better than it was. So we'll crack on. I don't want to do an update on every single piece I do, but there's some really good results already on this rear door. The scratches that were underneath the door handle were clearing away nicely. The paint above the door handle's looking pretty good. So once I've buffed this away, 3/4 of the door might be looking pretty sweet. Some paint, where clearly it's been repaired in the past, some paint has come off onto the cloth. So at some point that will need to be redone properly. But yeah, door's looking positive. And the gin's going down well. Okay, so kind of pleased with the way this is going. Slightly worried by this. So I'm not going to go too mad with the T-cut. And there are still imperfections on the paint, even after a T-cut. But I prefer to use a light polish, rather than any more T-cut on these panels. But the difference is incredible. And I'm quite sad because I actually like the feeling of paint after it's had its first wax. And you know, the roughness there compared to the smoothness, it was amazing. It's now beginning to show up how bad the plastic and the rubber is on this car. But when that's done, wow, it's going to be good. Well, it's getting late, so I'm going to turn in. But before I do, I'm going to just see a really localized bit of T-cutting on this bit here, just to see how much of an improvement I can do on just this area here around the lock. So bear with me. Okay, so I didn't take a photograph, so I'm going to have to refer back to the video, but I think that's an improvement. I mean, obviously that's going to take some getting out. Might need some specialist removal for that. But I think most of the scratches, the swirls are gone. But it's getting late, so there's another day tomorrow. So, many hours and a few too many gin and tonics later, the bodywork is, for now at least, done. I saved you the bits in between. There was plenty of metal polishing, plenty of scrubbing, but it just sounded like a grown man rubbing and groaning in a garage, which is too much for anyone. So I've skipped all of that, and now I'll get it out of the garage so you can see the results. Welcome back to Springwatch, where we're at this former recycling centre, which is a rather apt location for the return of the Clio. She has been in the garage for 2.5 nights, where she's been stripped, waxed, buffed, polished, you name it, to try and bring her into a condition that I would call passable. What do you reckon, 5 out of 10 for effort? She's certainly good from 100 yards. Getting closer, she still looks a bit awful, but I have to say, compared to what she looked like last week, that's looking very good. Obviously, if we sweep along the car like a drone, you can see the bonnet is as expected, dreadful, and the roof is as expected. It's all like a blackboard in places. But that's really it when it comes to properly bad parts of the car. The bumper has come up a treat, almost flawless. There's a few little dents in the front end of the bonnet there, but they're going to be done when the bonnet's resprayed. And the front fog lights let her down a little bit because they need replacing. But you know what? That looks pretty good. And if I sweep back a little bit, I'm going to make a very controversial comment now and say that is as good looking as a Williams. I know this is going to get loads of dislikes for that comment, but I'm going to stand by that and say it's as good looking as a Willy. Sweeping down the side profile, this is one of the best views of the car, aside from that rear arch, because you can't see the imperfections on the bonnet and the roof. So she looks almost as she would have looked in 1994, save for the fact that the wheels are looking decidedly tired, but that's another treat to look forward to. Another good angle, may I humbly suggest, is the back, because once again you can't see any of the imperfections. Just looking around there, I can't see anything to worry about. I don't like the non-period number plate, but that can be sorted. But now she's been polished and you can see how wonderful that green is. She's looking good. She's now wearing the badge, which is vitally important. But if we sweep down the side, I mean, look at this. Yes, there's a few car part dinks and a little dent there which I hadn't noticed before. But hey, we weren't striving for perfection, we were striving for passable. You know, little things like the mirror now looks fantastic. They've done the glass, given it a clean. Still got to go get things like those old, what I would imagine, tax disc holder and parking permit stickers off. But I've also done the black, and I'll show you what I use for the black, with the black moulding stripes. strips because they look amazing now. It's quite polished that away yet there. I've still got to go back to that. But I think the black strips have made a big difference. And also down on the scuttle here, that was white before. Yeah, really got to do that. But the rest of the scuttle's looking really good. A detailer would show you the expensive equipment that he used. So I'm going to do exactly the same here. Just by opening the boot. Before I do that, let me just point out the state of the parcel shelf. This needs repairing. I'm going to have to find a supplier, a specialist repairer, to do a job on that. Because I looked on eBay tonight and they're about 300 quid each. Parcel shelves for the Clio. When they've got the suit carrier in the bottom. So that's going to need repairing. I think it'd be cheaper to repair it. Used is contained in this bag. These cloths were bought from one of those dreadful places. What's it called? B&M Bargains. It's a bit like Argos, but you have to do all the work yourself. It's a terrible shop. But for £5.99, all these cloths, I'm very happy. Standard teacup. That's what was used for the paint. Swear by this stuff. Really good stuff. Easy to put on, easy to buff off. Really do swear by that. And this stuff, full disclosure, I was sent this for review. And I've used it on the Zara VTS and it's fabulous. The instructions make it sound really difficult to put on. It's not as bad as it sounds. Basically, you apply it using a cloth, let it soak in, and then remove it. It's going to need another coat actually, but honestly, that's really good stuff. Small bottle, but it goes a long way. It's done. Well, it's on the Zara twice, and it's done the Clio now once. So yeah, that's good stuff. As for the inside, well, I haven't done anything yet. I haven't treated the leather. I haven't done the door cards or anything like that. So that's still a job to be done. I have done the insides of the doors, which are looking better. I haven't done down there yet, but I'm chuffed with that. Little detail there, look, little upper class logo. And on the inside, again, I've touched nothing, so it's as you were. Clock's working. Weirdly, the temperature gauge isn't working, but everything else, touch wood, touching wood, is working. I think all videos need some sort of jeopardy. Let's give it a bit of a cliffhanger. So what I'm going to do, because I haven't tested this yet, the sunroof. Now let's pull that back. I've been contemplating trying the sunroof for some time. So let's do it now. What's the worst that can happen? It'll either not work, or it will work and then stay open, or it will work beautifully. And it's a French car from 1994, so what is the worst that can happen? So the ignition's on. Good to see the oil gauge working. So wish me luck, because I'm going in. Oh, oh, oh. Now, should it have gone back further than that? Let's have a look outside. Well, Mark 1 Clio owners will know if it should have gone back further than that. I don't think it should. I think that's gone all the way back. So it's open. But the question is now, does it close again? Well, let's find out. Wish me luck. Oh, bit of vibration, but it's shut. So that's that. Not the most exciting video in the world, but what did you expect? This is Petrol Blog. It doesn't really do excitement. But in the next video, I'm planning some driving impressions, because that's what the world needs right now. Some Mark 1 Clio Baccara driving impressions. Thanks for watching. Seriously, don't bother liking and subscribing, because there's far better things to watch on eBay. But thank you very much for watching this waffle. Cheers.